Hi, this is Darryl Ride the Wind. How y'all doing? This is hopefully going to be kind of a motivational thing, and I just want to get a message out. And I think I'm going to need more light because I can't see anything. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Lighting director, could you bring up the lights just a little bit? Oh God. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I'm pretty much still in bed. It's 3 months to recover from this little procedure, and I didn't find that out. That was not discussed in the preoperative conversation, or obviously I was somewhere else, because I know I heard 3 days, and I'm on, it was done last Mondays, not Monday before last. But I wish I'd known 3 months without working out, without doing anything. I mean, you can walk around, you can do light stuff, but don't push it, like push-ups or anything like that. Forget about it, that little game is over. I've done so many push-ups in these months, in silence, being by myself, that I can't even count them, and anyway. So I'm going to be dealing with that for a while, but I'm going to give it a month, no offense, doctors, but I don't think you know what you're talking about. The way you cut people off medications, whether narcotic or benzos or just regular medications, is sick. You're supposed to ramp people off medications, whatever it is, if it's an antidepressant, if it's a benzodiazepam, if it is a hypnotic, if it is an SSRI, serotonin reuptake inhibitor, if it's an SRI, whatever the case may be, and you guys run around just cutting people off this stuff. And if you do any type of just preliminary research on these medications, it says in big letters, black and white, do not do that to, what are we called? The patient. But you do it time after time after time. Benzodiazepines withdrawal can kill people, just like an alcohol, in the same category sedative. Just like an alcohol withdrawal can kill an alcoholic. A heroin withdrawal will make you feel like you're going to die, but you'll make it through it. 30 days. Suboxone I won't even get into. 7-month withdrawal. But they put you on these medications, pack you up with whatever. Let's just talk antidepressants to dumb you out and to keep you from looking at the sky. There are people out there who need them. Antipsychotic medications, mood stabilizers, etc. I am not looking at you people because you need them. But little Sally, who went to her local PCP and said, I just don't feel well. And he throws her some type of antidepressant medication. His training is in the physical body. He's got nothing to do with the mind. But here he is handing Sally some kind of script that's going to make her feel better. Well, when Sally doesn't have that, she's going to feel worse than she ever felt in her life. That's how these medications end up. I'm done with that rant. Just had to say it. But, none of what's happening to me right now was discussed in pre-op. The conversation when they tell you what they're going to do, be no big deal, 3 days, you'll be up. We want you to be up, not stump you up, just move around slow. This is going to go on for 3 months. Come on. Now, I had to have the surgery anyway, or I would have ended up in the hospital for 3 months with poisoning, right? So, no choice there, but come on, be upfront, tell me everything, so I know. So anybody in this situation knows. But you sure do collecting a lot of cash doing this, don't you? And then you toss the patient away 2 weeks later, just gone, right? There are a few doctors out there, and I suggest you find them. If you've got one of these type of doctors and you find one with compassion and love and wants to know who you are and knows your history, has gone back in time and gotten your records and knows everything about you. If the doctor that you have right now can't talk to you about something that happened in 1984, then you are wrong, and you're wrong with the wrong doctor. Word up, okay? So let's start out with how strong you guys are. that you're warriors. And you guys, my new subs, thank you. I gotta say again, you guys just keep coming in. It's pretty damn cool. I'm still a little low number. I don't care. But I think I picked up 20 in the last 3 days. You know, and they're talking and they're asking intelligent questions and they're looking for truth. We're all warriors for truth. In the end, we'll be warriors for an actual physical battle. And you know that's on the agenda. You feel it in your mind. That's why we need to be working out. That's why we need to be in shape. Okay, we turn into angels or archangels. We're light workers. We help with the ascension, with the people who've done right. The other one's poof, gone. Okay, that's how it's going to work. Or at least the way my research has showed me that it's going to work in 5 different religions. Okay, and Indian prophecy. Hopi, Cherokee, all say the same thing. This is a cleansing that's about to happen. It's going to be the sifting that he talked about. Master, why do you throw the good wheat with the bad wheat? I'll let it grow together and I'll sift it later. So right then he knew he was coming back, didn't he? He knew right then we were going to blow it and he'd have to come back. But he did it anyway. And what he did is try and teach just a simple code, a rule of moral value. And that just boils down to one thing, helping each other and using your mind. Now again, back to you warriors. Everybody, I'm going to say, everybody has, normal people have a perception of only 3 dimensions. We are 144s, like in the Bible, 144,000. That 144 to me, is my research shows, is a code that is universal. It's probably multiverse. Okay? Because on top of Saturn, there's a geometric pattern that's forming, and guess what it adds up to? 144. So 1 plus 4 plus 4 is 9. That equals your 9 dimensions, your 9 realms. I'm not going to get into the dimensions within the dimensions, but let's just stay with the 9, okay? Us warriors, the same people are going to help you as you're hurting us now. You know, the same people that are putting us down, belittling us, ruining us, whatever the case may be, causing mental anguish, causing depression. Like me, I just want to go to bed at 6 o'clock. When the sun's going down, I just want to go to bed because I am done with the day. You know, and I know that is a trademark of depression. We're all going through this. Don't think I don't understand, because I do. This information or new reality is heavy duty. My son right now, which scares the hell out of me, but at one time, at the same time, I think it's good. He is going through an awakening. When you go through awakening and it just kind of starts happening, and you can't deny anymore that you're in a real reality. You realize you're stuck in a hamster wheel. It's depressing as shit. To know that these planets are 1/3 of the size of the sky, and they're out there right now, and they're being covered, and they're about to come through. He knows all this because I'm his father, and I didn't feel right. Do I push it on? Do it not? Right now, I leave him alone. Okay, but there's time I push my cams and everything, you know? And I know that's what partly caused it, but I'm not doing it to make my son depressed. I'm making my son see it, to understand it, because he's in Dallas-Fort Worth, a city. When this happens and a planet pops through the sky, you have an instant Dallas-Fort Worth, biggest parking lot, wherever, all parking lots. LA will be a burnt parking lot. But I think you know what you're saying. I'm saying. And you're going to have a bunch of Neanderthals. You're going to have a bunch of people that will step right over your head to save their own lives. It's going to be a bad scene, and that's not the event yet. So when the awakening comes, you start to feel this. You start to know this. This is on the agenda. Maybe you don't feel it right off, but you feel the dread of something that pushes on that fear, that scare, that depression, or wherever your mind goes, whatever you're suffering through, crying. I mean, there's many ways that we let this out. I just meditated before this and also prayed. I wanted to get it done at 1:44, but it never works out for me, and I got to talk quick. Okay, so he's going through it, but he sent me a picture of something he drew last night. I sent him some of my art, you know. I'm trying to teach him to meditate and connect with a higher power, because now's the time to do it, buddy. And protect yourself and learn as much as you can, because again, knowledge is power, you guys. And we are commanded to do that, to find the truth. It's not just something I'm saying you should do because Darryl said it. Hell no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you do it because he told us to do it. Again, the people that we're separating from are the people that are now below us and that we're above and they can't connect with us anymore. We'll probably never connect with those people again because we are on a different operating system, like I had stated before. But there are people that you will find that are on our operating system, and those will be your best friends. Those are the warriors. Those are your brothers. Like everybody on this channel has sisters and brothers. We are one, we are few, but we are many. Watch the numbers go up. I can't wait to hit 141. That'll be cool. But let's get to it. I want to say thank you for seeing. I want to thank you for the comments. They're very, very intelligent. You're asking the right questions. You're going the right way. I'm trying to send you stuff so you can get out there and research it yourself, because that's the best way you learn. If I sit there and explain it to you, that's not right. You need to go and find it. Search out this information and understand more. You might find out more than I found out. Okay? Okay. What do we got here? Satellites. Okay. Channels trusting Soho. I want to say this. And Sechi, which does show these massive planets. So obviously that's a fake image feed from freaking NASA, and they haven't figured that one out yet. That's your Nibiru channels. That's how they work. Now the magnetosphere thing, I kind of believe. I also believe in the geological reports. I want to give a shout out to Morning Dew. D.E.W. That's in capitals, the do part. Okay? His name is Michael. Tell him Darryl sent you. He's a brother, and he's got a heart, and he's dealing with the actual weight of what's going on. It's like these Nibiru channels, they aren't dealing with the weight. They aren't at all. They just report. Now they take today off, tomorrow off, and Sunday off, but their videos Monday will come out asking for money. Right in the beginning, my PayPal account says, come on, stop. And they didn't do nothing in that 3-day set way around. They didn't do nothing to create any real content in that video that they're going to show you on that Monday and then ask you for Monday. Okay, it's called research. Okay, let me see, because I can't see. Again, we said we're warriors of truth. It will be very hard. We've lost and will lose many more. But we will win. Fighting. Let me see. Fighting like the Navajo, the Chiricahua Apache, Geronimo, the Pony, the Cree, and most importantly, one of my new subs, the Sioux, who was actually real good at what they did. Okay, now that was a planned annihilation, and it's almost a parallel to what's going on right now. You can look at that genocide, and you can look at the signs of what's coming up. Same thing. Same thing. Is there anything that's happened between man's DNA when he did this and now? Has it grown in any way? No. They are the same. You're blessed to see, but it is also a curse, and it is a blessing. The curse part you have to deal with. Again, in emotional ways, depression, crying, whatever way that you're letting out, I think, which is a bottom line definition of depression on what's going on. Seeing that nothing is real. The sky out there isn't real. End of story. It's defined as what's called quantum pixels. And I've got videos, and I think I sent one out today, where you can see the grid. It's a grid. Okay, it's a frequency grid. Within that frequency grid, picture it as tiles that go in your bathroom. But they can be changed to any color, and they can be made see-through. So you can put a pixel in front of a big shed. You can put a pixel in front of a big planet, and it's gone. But they can't beat the red frequency. The red frequency is stronger than any other frequency, so that's why when you're seeing planets, or the videos that I get, and you see the red, that's a planet behind the clouds refracting a real reflection of itself. not a sun flare, I guarantee you, because they light up the water or they'll light up a river. But again, it's red because they can't block that. The main pixels that they use, which are strongest compared to red, are blue and that ice blue that you're seeing. That is pixelation. The clouds also, some kind of, I guess, are real, you know, if you want to call them that. Then you got others, if you zoom in, they're going to pixelate. They're going to morph right on your phone. Okay, I don't know if you can do this with a computer, if it actually pixels like that, a computer. I wouldn't know. I use a phone on the top of a mountain, right? But a phone, I think, is the best example because, again, it will pixelate and you will see it morph red, green, and blue. And those are the colors, gang. And the striped. We got to talk about the striped purple one out there that I caught hidden behind the sun the other day. Okay. Zoom in on the videos that I've sent to you. Okay, you have to. I explained, but they're right there. They're in clear view. To really see them, you have to zoom in. You have to zoom in. If you got any questions about it, please send them to me so I can define what I'm sending if I have to. But I think they're pretty clear. You've got to learn how to see from another dimension. You have to learn how to see out of the box. You've got to think, or we've got to think out of the box. We've got to perceive all 9 dimensions like their quantum computers and their little clan of Nazi zombie clones left over from Operation Paperclip. Does Van Buren ring a bell to anybody? Does it ring a bell to anybody that after World War II, we brought a bunch of those over to the U.S.? Van Buren wanted to build satellites with a mirror on it, kind of like the Greek pirate, if you know anything about that, what that did, okay? Okay, what these mirrors he wanted to do, they were called death rays. Do you know what is part of this Starlink satellite system? Mirrors. Remember the DEW wave hitting, which is direct energy wave, it creates a laser, that hit California last year. Again, I think California this year is plasma issues, discharges in the grid. Okay, but last year it was DEW. Okay, and that's direct energy waves, looks like a laser. There was one that went down Kenner, Louisiana, down the street and just blew everything out as it went, okay? So they're a real deal. Good. Let me see. I want to read you this song real quick. This is Jester by Bad Flower. Jester. And it's for all 144s on a sociological, looking from a sociological standpoint. I'm not whining. I just want to read this. Is there anybody out there looking out for me? Just say you want me. Just say you need me. Is there anybody out there looking out for me? Does anybody really need me? Is every last soul just... Okay. Is there anybody out there looking for me? Does anybody need me? Is every last soul just fucking me over with tears on their shoes and ice on their shoulders? We'll read that one more time. Is there anybody out there looking out for me? Just say you want me. Just say you need me. Is there anybody out there looking out for me? Does anybody need me? Is every last soul just fucking me over with tears on their shoes and ice on their shoulders? That to me defines 144s and what we're about and who we are. This is like on a collective basis who we are and what we think and why we're depressed. There is somebody out there looking out for us. And we also are looking out for each other. Even the ones who haven't subbed to this channel yet, which I hope we finally get, okay, they're on your same wavelength. We are not alone. You need to understand that, and you need to use that as strength for the old brain pan, okay? When you meditate also, when you take silence, unplug everything that's electronic, unplug your modem, turn off your TV. Really, the phone is a frequency, but I have to use it, okay? I want you to listen to Dan Dapani, D-A-N-D-A-P-A-I, okay, D-A-N-D-A-P-A-N-I. He's a yogi, right? Dan Dapani. I want you to listen to Russell Brand. This is my suggestions. You do it if you want. I want you to go see Joker so you understand what a mental health issue it really is. It's the most brilliant movie I've probably seen in my whole life. Joaquin is a genius. I want you to get some David Icke in you. I want you to understand these Dracos that fit into the picture. Last person I want to talk about is Jim Carrey. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I started really waking up after 2 years of running around taking pictures, right? He spoke of tetrahedrons and tetragrammatons. That's Tetragedron. Tetrahedron. That is the face of God geometrically. It is the tree of life geometrically. And geometrically, it's the pattern of fusion reaction. Gods are gods, right? They create and destroy. So think of fusion and think of our skies really, because it's the same frequency as a level that can create and can destroy. And do not doubt that. So that's tetrahedrons. The other one that is Jesus' face is Tetragrammaton. Tetragrammaton. T-O-N-S. Tetragrammatons. Tetragrammatons. I'll type it in. Okay. Something that really tripped me out before I read this song real quick is Gold Dust Woman. That's Fleetwood Mac. I always thought it was about cocaine abuse, and I think it still is, right? But she says some heavy crap at the end of that song, where she's just singing. What she says is Spider Woman. She also says Dragon Lady. Now, within Hopi prophecy, okay, within Hopi prophecy, there is a black spider woman also. Now, if any of you remember my dream, I'm going to go through it real quick. 2,000 mile, whatever, 5,000 mile screens appear in the sky, lights go out, cars crash, they're burning, okay? Whoever this guy is, white-haired guy on this big-ass screen on the sky, describes New World Order. Then another screen pops up, and that's Trump. Didn't listen to really either of them, because I was too busy watching the sun black out as it rode on something that looked like oh God, what do they call those? A roller coaster track. And it blew up. But one thing that hung in the sky, and what's a main part of my dream? There was a fluorescent hourglass that burned in the sky throughout this whole thing. The hourglass, especially the reddish color, is on the bottom of a black widow. Now, I'm not saying she's not dark. She is a good woman in prophecy. She relates to Pahana and relates to a lot of other things I can't get into because it's just too deep. I haven't even got my head around it yet, okay? It's so much the way they speak and the way they graphically tell of the color of the skies and what's going to happen. Exactly on point, graphically explaining. The Bible don't do that. Explain the greens, the reds, the blues, the oranges. Now we got big orange out there. I told you, got big orange out there. Got big orange, got big blue, got big red. We got big purple. That's the one with the stripes on it. Big blue's got like pinkish stripes on it. But you people, again, who are looking at these videos, do not look at them in the way I've always looked at things. Look at them using all 9 of your senses, all of your powers. Switch dimensions. Look at reality. Look at these clouds. Look at some of them are shaped like an orb, and they're rotating. And as you see them rotate, the clouds don't change. You will see craters. You will see mountain ranges. You will see clouds on that planet. What do you think are causing these storms? If you believe, and these earthquakes and these volcanoes, if you believe in climate change, you are on the wrong channel, okay? Because that's another BS terminology like Al Gore used to hit us with trillions of dollars worth of taxes, which they're doing again right now, under the premise of climate change, when it's all planets and what's happening. Now, when these planets pop through, that's the beginning. That is not the event. It's not the event. The dragon is the event. Blue Kachina, Right now they're calling it Wake Tuttle because they said ice on blew up. It didn't. It went behind the sun, it moved it, got brighter. Okay, so they had to stay with their lie that it blew up. And now the thing's called Wake Tuttle. Look it up. It's got the same ecliptic as the dragon. And it's moving quicker and it's crossing us every day. All right, this song is Sometimes Bad Can Do Some Good. This is God talking. Standing beside an open grave, your fate decided, your life erased. Your final hour has come today, lit by the fires of your temples burning. You were a child, but so was I. Now you're a hunter, but I'm a lion. And I will cut you down like I've done so many times. But sometimes bad can do some good. Sometimes bad can do some good. Sometimes bad can do some good. And I heard you say, flesh sells by the pound. When blood is raining down, it cuts a deep river, and I'm diving. Now shine a light down onto the earth and shake the gold dust out of the dirt. No saints beside me. This means he's done with that. He's coming, okay? No saints beside me and no prayers to guide me. Sometimes bad can do some good. Bad can do some good. Sometimes bad can do some good. Now here's what I believe. Here we go. It's what I've said. It was before this song even came out. All right? I've chosen a side, and I will show no pity and spare no lives for those who try me. Let it be understood that sometimes bad can do some good. Sometimes bad can do some good. Sometimes bad can do some good. Now the back chorus is rain down, heaven is falling. He's pissed. Okay? And I think all of you guys know that. And while I'm almost to my minute mark, I didn't read that to be depressed, to depress anybody. I read that to the people who are believing in a Bible that contradicts itself with Egyptian religion, Masonic beliefs. King James was a Mason. Amen wrote the Book of the Dead. Okay? The real Bible is the Sumerian, the oldest advanced culture in our history. Okay? They spell Eden, E-D-I-N. The petroglyphs. Dr. Scott McQuaid, PhD, seminary scholar, does all of this, and he's got 16 books, so you understand his real name is Asu. This guy knows cuneiform, Aramaic, Hebrew, Sumerian petroglyphs, any type of petroglyphs, Sanskrit. I mean, you name it, he knows it. He's actually got 2 PhDs. And again, he's been to seminary school. He is not a priest. He's just the messenger. And the man has 16 books out. So I'd read a few. He's also got some interviews on the radio where you'll get what his thoughts are. Give him a chance to open your mind. You will see, and everything that he says will click. Your tumblers will finally click. And you'll understand that the cornerstone was terrible for a molecule. If you've ever seen a molecule, it's a square. He spoke of molecules. He was speaking of molecular structure. He spoke of a capstone. That is the 5th element within our DNA. And he tried to give us a code. The code would be the moral understanding of helping each other no matter what. We didn't get that right. Okay? But again, the man spoke of molecular structure thousands of years ago. That 5th element that exists within us is glycoaldehyde, which is the same, I've explained it before, which is the same cloud that surrounds stars. It's in our DNA, but it is not found on Earth. Okay? So I'm not going to get into the rest of that. But he knows all about it. There's another phosphate that exists within our DNA that does not exist on Earth either. How'd they get there? Why don't you take the weekend to think about it, and you better remember tomorrow's the Sabbath and do your thing. Sorry. I suggest meditation. I suggest pursuing any type of art, coloring. You know, whatever the case may be. You know, if you're not a freehand artist, color. I see a lot of people color. I used to look at them like, man, what are you, a kindergarten? Now I understand it. You know, it's distraction and concentration in the mind. It's almost meditation. Look at DuPont. Gotta say his name right. Dandapani. Start with Dandapani. Listen to what this man says about concentration. Concentrating on conversations with people. Concentrating on what we're going through. Concentrate on seeking knowledge, because a whole day will burn away. And you won't have to sit there depressed, wondering, you know, how this is going to go. It's going to go okay because we are protected. These things, this song does not apply to us. We are not the ones who are denying him. We are the ones who are doing what he said. Find the actual truth. So when you knock on my door, I don't got to say, I don't know you, and you never even tried. I'm going to leave you with that, and you have a good Sabbath tomorrow. And my strength to all. Every subscriber on here, you've got my email, you have an issue, whatever the case may be, send it to me, but give me a day or two to respond, also with videos. I have to send those separately, so I don't mean to blow up your email. I just can't attach them, you know, like to one. Again, happy Sabbath and have a blessed and safe and quiet Friday night. And know in your mind that everything is all right. Okay? Thanks so much for being there. We will all find the way, and we will all find the meaning, and we will all find the truth, and we will all find our absolute purpose. And we'll do it together. Okay? Deal? Okay. I'll do my part. Guys, have a good weekend too. Bye. Get out there. Get out of your tree. Go out and do something. Go to an art gallery. Go to an aquarium. Go somewhere. Okay? Get out of your tree. Get out of your tree. Again, like my sociology professor used to say and make me do. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.